Welcome, everybody, to another episode of CBSI's Vintage Voyage on the Tales from the FlipSide channel. We are glad to be with you again tonight. We're going to be talking Golden Age Wonder Woman, sharing some of the best covers, some of the first appearances, and all the great stuff that comes with it. As always, be sure to check out CBSI, comicbookinvest.com for all your comic book investing, speculation, and just general cool stuff needs. So check them out. I'd also like to give a shout out to our friends at Comic Barricade. They're at comicbarricade.com. They are the stabilization and bend protection in your collection. I'll show you one in a second, but I just want to highlight they're having an Instagram giveaway right now. So follow them at Comic Barricade and find this post on there, leave a comment, and tag a friend. You'll be entered for a $25 eBay gift card, as well as a set of comic barricades. And the runner-up will also get a set of comic barricades. So check them out, again, at Comic Barricade on IG. And I think Peter had one up. I'm going to let him go up. Got it quicker than I did.
Yeah. You can use this as a weapon, too, in a pinch.
Yes. Very, very thin plastic, very heavy-duty. Just goes right in your box and locks in with those little pins, and you can organize, sort, and display your books really nice. So keeps things nice, keeps it clean, and keeps them stabilized if you need to stack them a little higher because you've run out of space like some of us do. I'm pretty sure Ben's basement's built of stacked boxes. There's no actual concrete in that thing.
And comic barricades now.
Comic barricades allowed him to raise the ceiling a few feet. All right. Welcome, everybody that's joining us. I see Andy in the chat. Feel free to chime in whenever. We're a pretty loose show, and we like to, we occasionally need corrected because we go off on a tangent, or sometimes we're just wrong once in a while.
Yeah, just straight up wrong.
So enjoy. We want to do some interaction. Tonight we're talking Wonder Woman. So I'm going to let Ben and Peter kind of take over the graphics, but
there we go.
Yeah. Look at that. It looks fancy.
Yeah, before we jump in, I want to say good looking out to Peter. These graphics, the show just wouldn't be what it was. We wouldn't be able to articulate where we're headed here.
Yeah,
your graphic abilities are by far better than mine.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
Let's give you a list, and I'll put it together.
We appreciate it. Where do we start? Are we starting with All-Star, or are we starting...
I think we're starting at the beginning.
Star, not All-Star.
All right. Cool.
Unless you want to dig in the foreign freaking wormhole and talk about how maybe it's stolen from another country who had the character first and tried to sell it to America and didn't. But we won't go down there today.
Oh, now I want to go down there, but I can't because I don't know enough. I'm still scared by the Ghost Rider.
Yeah. So just all right. We'll tease that. I got a guy working on an article we may share at some point on that.
That's nice.
So,
All-Star, one of the earlier DC titles, obviously. When it gets to, issue 3 is first JSA, and you get all that early nonsense. And then in issue 8, you get the first appearance of Wonder Woman. And what's fascinating, besides FPC, the cover swipe there. The splash page rather.
Yeah.
Is either developed into the cover for Sensation.
They tease it at the back.
Yeah, isn't it cool?
So this is one where a coverless copy would be pretty sweet, even though it's coverless.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we go back to the cover for just a second?
Yeah.
So she's obviously not on the cover.
No.
Do we think it would have been ignored this long if she were?
So I don't think it was ignored. I think it was just grossly undervalued. And to put into perspective, and again, I'm a broken record. Every time we get on this show, I'm like, so let me tell you about the story about 2012 and FPC. The Golden Age stuff, one of my first introductions for Big Golden Age buy was a bunch of books. All-Star 8 was one of them. I was supposed to buy it. The point of this, besides fuck people who take books from under you, is in 2012, this book in GVG, like 3.0-ish, was like 10 grand, 15 grand in 4.0. And I say casually 15 grand like it wasn't a lot. But to put that in perspective, 15 grand in 2012 got you a 5.5 AF-15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like this book was just grossly undervalued. Yeah. So it's not anymore. It's not
and
anymore.
As the Wonder Woman approached it, it skyrocketed, and it deserved to. It's not one I think went above and sunk. It got where it needed to be. I just wonder if the cover slowed it down.
I think so. I mean, you don't have the character on the cover. It definitely slows things down. It's a fact. Like if she were on the cover, it would have popped much, much faster.
Yeah, can you imagine if her first appearance was Wonder Woman or Sensation?
Yeah.
Like either one of those covers. I mean,
Sensation does the "Hey, welcome, I'm here." Wonder Woman 1 is just great.
Yeah.
Well, I love Wonder Woman. I mean, everybody knows it's one of my favorite covers. We did for anyone who doesn't know, which is most of the population, the CBSI variants we did with Vault.
Oh, yeah.
The first few I get to choose, and that's why it was Detective 31 homage, Wonder Woman 1 homage. I tried to do some wild ones that, anyway, tangent.
I tried to do a Schomburg, and they said, no, thank you.
Oh, basically. I was like, you guys need to do this. We're going to have to get Alan Moore into fucking inspiration, though. I think we go to a 10. 10 is where she starts, maybe. 10 something, and then 10's like a victory, some nonsense. Yeah, this is where she becomes a secretary. Or no, 10 she becomes secretary, 11 she officially starts in the title instead of the demeaning.
I went to 11.
Like, here's
she gets a little bubble.
Yeah, Sam becomes like one of the superheroes instead of in issue 10 where they're like, hey, you want to be our secretary? And she's like, that's cool. Thanks. Like,
Secretary of the club.
Yeah, like, don't worry. We have fucking Our Man. And I can't even get into the yellow hair here above Dr. fucking Doofus. But yeah, 11's a fantastic book. I think it's a fuck, I'm going to get it wrong. I have a shit copy of this book. Yeah, anyway, Wonder Woman's fascinating because there's not... The depth isn't there like it is, and you can almost say the same thing about Superman. And when we do Superman, people say the depth for classic covers and like first appearances isn't there. Like, you go into Spider-Man, you get lost. No, you go into Batman, you get lost. Spider-Man, lost. You know, even Flash is pretty... Excuse me.
Yeah, he's got his robes.
Oh, but when there we go.
But yeah, I mean, when they say Wonder Woman villain, you're like, well, Cheetah.
Yeah.
And Greek gods.
Giganta and Cersei, which, to be fair, no one knew or gave a flying pretend fuck about Cersei pre-Wonder Woman 2 rumors, was it?
Yeah.
Whenever it was that made 18, 19, 20, or 17, 18, 19 of the Copper Age run, and 37, I think it is, the sarcophagus cover.
Yeah, I just grabbed those actually today.
My God, do I tangent.
That's why we give you a picture, so you got to tether back. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah.
That's how you do it.
But Giganta, she was on Super Friends. Like, people know her. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like,
but I don't know her as a Wonder Woman villain if you told me to name her rogues.
No, yeah.
Cheetah.
Yeah.
This is not a great Wonder Woman cover, but I do like the coloring on this one. Just side note. I love the reds and the freaking yellows in the background.
Looks like a tequila sunrise or something in the background.
Of course it does.
Just saying.
I got that from Greg White. I got my copy.
Oh, of course. Good old Greg.
Yeah, the only unknown is the amount of restoration that's on it.
Yeah, we don't want to worry about that right now.
No, we never do because we look at the price. We factor in.
Has tape all over it. The image of tape on this sucker.
That's new tape, though. Who the fuck has new tape on a comic? I have tape all over mine, but it's that beautiful brown yellow, like.
Been there for decades.
Yeah, and you can like kind of just shoo it off. You're like, that's cool. It's detached. Their staples have rusted clean out.
Yeah, exactly.
The original color touch is gone. It's no longer restored.
It's faded away.
Time reclaimed it.
And I think you took the next one off the outline, but I like the cover, so I left it in.
Is the next one 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is another classic. Or maybe this is when she becomes secretary. I might be fucking it up. 11's when she kicks off the run, though, and starts being a regular in All-Star on top of Sensation and Wonder Woman. Look, what's the other title? Yeah, and again, this is what, 1942?
I want to say you're right, but
yeah, I am right. 11's 42, but I was looking at the August, September. I'm doing
the math.
Yeah, doing stoner math of 1 quarter later. Look, are we in the same year?
Well, so these were quarterly issues at the time, so.
Or like they weren't quarterly, but they were like
Not
Batman
monthly.
and Superman were No, it was like these were bi-monthly. It looks. This is where I get lost. I'm not good at. I'm not the guy to discuss.
Timelines are not your thing.
No, but I can spit out like the year because the years make sense because I'm like, it's why the dead makes sense, man. Like dates make sense for the dead, and that's why I can retain them. Comic covers make sense.
Independent of dates.
Right, yeah, fuck dates. Like, that's why I look at the cover, I'm like, might be the 40s still.
So is this considered a victory cover? Feels
Yeah,
early.
Yeah, it's the giant V for victory with the eagle head.
Yeah, they're kind of calling it early.
This might actually be the first, or is the Mac Raboy? No, this might be the first. Who's gonna fucking Overstreet or something? Check it out, man.
Come right here.
Yeah, all right, fucking listen, Comic Peter 102.
So what's in the background? What's repeating pattern there? Is it
a bunch of V's?
It is really.
I
They're all
don't want to drown you in it, but like, yeah.
Huh.
We'll zoom in a little bit.
Let's go USA.
Keep them flying.
Keep them flying. Yeah, so it's important to remember at this point too, Justice Society is, oh man, I don't know. It's crossing over multiple comics outside of and independent of Batman and Superman, who were in World's Finest. Besides Action, Superman, Tech, Batman.
Yeah, there was a lot of crossover in early DC. There were, it's just a jumble.
This is the Secretary book.
This is the Secretary book.
This is the Secretary book. But
Okay,
that's the only book they give.
And then that's probably why I took it back off the list, man. Like, fucking, like,
hey, it happened.
It's too bad. Like, and again, it goes to this lack of classic covers. If you go through the Wonder Woman run, if you go through the Sensation run, they're not there. They're not there the way they are in Batman. The way they are in More Fun Spectre covers. Jesus.
Well, I think it can be tied to, like the female comics, like Mary Marvel. I always talk about has a lot of just boring and not great covers. Then she'll have 2 or 3. You're like, okay,
yeah, but the Mary Marvel covers that are good
are fantastic.
Dominate any Wonder Woman cover. All due respect, but no, there's a couple WoW and a Mary Marvel.
Yeah. But I just don't think they treated it the same way. They weren't going. I don't know if they weren't trying to grab attention the same way as you would with a boys comic. You're trying to get action, and this isn't a girls comic because it's a team. But they're definitely starting to feature Wonder Woman. She's front and center there, and you feel like they're trying to go for a different audience, and I don't know if they just don't try and market the same way. There's probably something to it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I can't argue that. It's an interesting point, right? Like, you can't argue that she has 2 titles running at the same time.
Yeah.
So maybe they are just attacking the female non-romance buying, because that's all the other DC Timely, that's all it was, right?
Yeah. All right, so what do we got next?
Let's go on, yeah.
16? Classic? Maybe. You tell me what's next.
16.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, this is a fantastic one.
Isn't that fucking great? This is the one that is a Justice Society 41 variant.
Yeah, the 75th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a couple of the 75ths way back, 3 or 4 years ago when I bought that DC collection from that dealer. It literally had like every DC variant in it except for FPC made sure to get in there and get the adventure, the adventure and the legacy, the 2 Darkseid covers, and like the Red Hood, and like yeah, and like you got that and the Red Hood, and he's like bragging to me. I'm like, that's cool. I got the Wilkins Motu, both AH Wonder Womans, like. Yeah, eat a fucking And
there's a lot of dregs that you were happy to have.
Yeah. I never should have got rid of the Wilkins. That's the one thing. It was an easy 9/8 raw.
This is a great cover. I mean, the people in the background, and just that highlighted characters popping. Is that a Boy Scout there? That's interesting.
Where are you looking?
The kid with the neckerchief and next to Hawkman, that looks like a Boy Scout.
Oh, could be. Or it could just be a sailor, because we got like
that could be a sailor
guy here.
Okay, that's a soldier. Yeah, I'd go that way too.
Servicemen and women.
It's you got a farmer back there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an Americana type cover. Everybody's part of this effort.
Such a great cover. So yeah,
you got to kind of look at all the details. It's like it's pre-code. You got to sit there and absorb it all.
I went and bought or bid on a low grade copy, Comic Link, a couple years ago. You and I were probably talking about it, Z, but I ended up bringing it home, and
hey,
man, I am satisfied. Every time I look at it, I'm like, this. I enjoy this comic.
There's a handful that you're like, man, I don't care. I just want to have it. So I can stare at it when I want to stare at it.
This is one of them, because I was going to try to make the 75th run because I have the tech.
Yeah. Well.
Then I stopped. I was like, we're ahead.
Yeah.
Where do we go from 16?
We're going to one that would actually, it's coming up for 4th of July. It's a good one, 22.
Okay.
Got a nice little cover here.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that nice?
Might fit for next week, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the 3 comic money rule, right? We can we can look at a book twice.
So yeah, that's it's nice. The flag, you get Lincoln and is that supposed to be George? That's not Washington. Who is that?
Maybe Jefferson?
Maybe.
I don't have any cash on me to look.
That's nice though. It's surprisingly clean for as busy as it is. So
it is. I was counting and checking the flag, stars on the flag there.
That's a 48.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things you don't notice till you notice. You're like, oh,
yeah, exactly.
For those of you that are too young, there were 48 states for a very long time. So, it's a great cover.
Who the fuck is that supposed to be? Hamilton?
Yeah, I don't know. Could be.
I don't know.
Or is it somebody way more relevant that I don't know because I was terrible at this story?
The other guess was Jefferson.
No, Jefferson's more Whig. Like,
that's true.
It wouldn't be Adams, right? What would have Adams?
No, he's got the.
I feel terrible. Somebody in the chat help us out here.
Giamatti looked more like Ben Franklin in that John Adams movie, so it's not Adams.
All right, we'll move on. Somebody will correct us soon.
Yeah. All right, we're moving on to 33. Looks like
I'm with Solo Wookiee on Turok, man.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think John is too.
I have that one, so I do like a good Turok one, and I debate upgrading, but I'm like, I don't need to. I got one. I'm cool.
Again, broken record. I'm getting rid of 90% of my PC. I was gonna hold the Turok, the 4-color, and I took it out and it was like, it's maybe a 1. It's like really nice and it has a chunk. It's got like a 3-inch circle just torn out of the cover. I'm like,
yeah, get rid of it. If you had a solid 4, I'd hold it.
Absolutely. And it's funny because I get into all this in the beginning, Golden Age and Silver, as a low grade kind of dude. Bronze I didn't touch because I didn't. Anyway, fucking bronze.
Hey,
but it's funny to hit this point in collecting in the Golden Age and understand where when I got in, there was a dude about 10 years older than me, or he's still 10 years older than me, obviously.
Time continuum again.
Fucking getting there. And he was definitely, his stance was he had been around too long to be looking at books under. Silver was a 4 if it was a like blue chip, and if it wasn't, it had to be like an ace. And I always remember thinking, what the fuck is happening? And now, man, like 90% of the book, and that's why 90% of the stuff I have, I'm like, I get why, and it's not that I don't appreciate it. I get why people adopt the
rule.
I don't need to own it. I'm happy to have had it for a period of time. I can't own everything.
No, that makes sense.
There's a lot of things I've pulled off.
It definitely makes sense. And to argue the bronze against Golden Age would just seem silly, like trying to argue like the Beatles against Nirvana, which would be weird for me to have that kind of argument with you, considering I think I'm a year older than you.
Yeah. Well, it's just, you got to give stuff up to get other stuff. There's only, unless you are just rolling in cash or are focused as heck, there are just things you're going to want outside of your range. And usually to get that, a lot of us will sell something else or trade something else and move on. And sometimes it makes my brother crazy, but I'm like, I had it. I had a good run. I got to look at it. I can say I owned it. And who knows? Maybe I'll get another someday.
I think that's where it has to be, because not only that, but as we get older, right? Like, I don't know. I have a deep collection of Golden Age horror, and I realize how deep it is now that I'm processing it and trying to like get rid of some. I don't want to leave 200 and something fucking like red dress distress bondage covers to my family to get rid of. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, here's a box of you probably shouldn't look at this.
You want to leave them something they can send to Comic Connect or Heritage or somewhere and be like, here, sold.
Oh yeah, the hope is I want to leave them something that they know how to fucking move to.
Yeah,
Ted or someone with
some common sense.
Right, someone who's gonna fucking be like, listen, I'm gonna make 30% on this, but
you'll do
thanks
okay.
for the 4 fucking comics. Here's your $17. Your dad was terrible at investing.
We haven't even talked about this book, so we should do that.
Yeah.
Classic cover. Solomon Grundy, Born on a Monday.
Oh man, just sidetrack. If you're watching Stargirl, they do a real cool job with Grundy. He doesn't show up much, but they just kind of have him in the background and appearing bits. They're not wasting a lot on effects, but you just see bits of him, and it's great.
What's Stargirl on? When did it start?
Maybe 4 weeks ago. It's definitely on. I watched it on DC, but I think it's also on either Hulu or CW or something.
Yeah,
I got rid of fucking Hulu, and like I don't have DC because I'm not that like technologically advanced.
It's worth watching. I'll find it for you, but I'm
trying to go the other way. I'm trying to like get down as little as possible and just have like Netflix. It's not working, man.
No,
it's a good show. Like my 10-year-old loves it. He loves it. He loves the minutes that Grundy shows up. It's good.
That's why I
Grundy
didn't
is
pick
one of the
Grundy.
most underutilized characters.
No, he's hard to do though.
Yeah, they didn't quite get him right on Gotham. And I like the weird, quirky end of Gotham, but Grundy was still a little weird.
Agreed.
I forget Grundy on Gotham. Oh, it was fucking Butch,
Yeah,
right?
Butch.
Yeah,
That was terrible. No, that was as bad as the Joker.
they just kind of forced it.
The Joker shit was like, man, that was a Pookie moment. Like, come on, burn this motherfucker down. Like, why did you take the kid from fucking the Showtime show and make him like, no. Anyway,
Pseudo
moving on.
Joker.
That's like Detective 38.
Yeah.
There we go.
Detective 38 of Jokers. This is a good book. This is one that.
Go ahead, Z.
This is one that I know about. I don't know about many, but I remember when they were talking about the Justice League. This is the first meeting of the Trinity. So
it is
absolutely,
which is not a great cover, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, they're still front and center.
Yeah,
for what it is and when it's from, it's fine.
A little bit of background flair would go a long way.
Yeah, very true.
Credit where credit's due. Back in the G+, this book, not that it got hot because it's a fucking golden age DC from like 47.
No, but it definitely gained some steam. That brought it to the younger audience to go, oh,
Kenyon back in the beginning said to, like, I have vivid memories of a hangout of one of his classic, like, frenzied, I'm gonna figure this shit out, and he's when's the first time they meet? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm like, it's fucking All-Star or it's
it wasn't like a relevant thought.
Right. And I'm sure people in the know knew, but
it wasn't advertised that way.
This is like 1946 or 1947. That's a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Because Wonder Woman's 40.
40 or 41?
No, it's not that early, is it? Yeah, it's
41.
42
was.
It's 41 because 41's Cap.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
So that's what 6-7 years.
That's a long time without. Especially for a character that you've devoted to, it's not like you're like, I don't know if she's going anywhere. You gave her 2 fucking titles. 3, 4.
And a crossover. And DC loves to cross people over.
Yeah.
It is an odd thing that they didn't meet.
So, yeah, this book, I don't know. This book gets a lot more attention in auction now. I'm sure if, anyone who's on Heritage, Comic Connect, Comic Link, this is no longer a few $100 in low grade like it was.
No, it's a move needle.
We've seen them in a movie now. They've had a couple of series now of just the 3 of them together.
Yeah, man, I like 2 of the 3.
That's an interesting way to say it.
Superman's tough, man. Superman, like,
he's hard to do right.
We're gonna fucking go dragging, kicking, and screaming through Superman when we ever do that.
You keep fighting it, so it'll be a while.
Well, we'll get there. But for now,
Comic Cavalcade. Speaking of crossovers, man, this what a fun. Oh man, look at that! What a fun fucking comic book. What a bold, big comic book too.
It's like the stepchild of DC, though.
Yeah, it looks like magazine size. Like it looks huge. This thing.
It's not. It's the same. So it's the same. World's Finest in the beginning. Started as or World's Best. Excuse me. The first issue is called World's Best, and it has like a cardboard cover, and it's like, think a giant size X-Men if it was Golden Age size, like early 40s Golden Age size. Big fucking awesomeness. That's what Comic Cavalcade's the first few are like. This shit ran like 29. No, it ran forever, but
it ran forever. But yeah,
29 is the end of. Oh man,
I followed your outline. You laid it out for me.
Isn't that fun?
Oh my god, it's all holidays.
Yeah, because you made a note too about holiday covers. So I was like, all right, let me grab a couple holidays.
There's so many good holiday covers in Cavalcade.
Good
it
work.
has the Merry Christmas one. The windows all fogged up and they're fucking peeking in, and like that Halloween one makes me happy.
Yeah, and the Thanksgiving turkey was just different. But yeah, there was a couple of good Christmas ones, but I went with the snowman because I don't know, I'm a snowman.
It's fun. Well, everyone's familiar. I mean, most people are familiar with there's 2 or 3 Christmas ones. This was quarterly, I believe.
Yeah, this was their fun title in my mind, you know?
Yeah, then I went Funny Animal Book, I think, after this.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's weird. When you get to the end of stuff, like Comic Cavalcade goes Funny Animal, All American goes Western and War. Sensation tries to go horror,
Romance.
but they call it mystery.
Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah.
it was Sensation Mystery for 3 issues.
Which one went romance for a minute? Or was that
it
just
might
Wonder
have
Woman?
Romance in it. Yeah, I mean, it might have just gone in it, but it wasn't.
Okay.
Wonder Woman's weird too. Hey,
No
what's
one
up,
knows.
Robert?
Robert, we were just talking about you and the Ghost Rider. Showed
Now
Ben
the
that.
Ghost Rider. Jesus.
Showed Ben that one. His brain's still processing.
I am. We had to do a Wonder Woman show to get my mind off it.
Decorum prevents us from sharing
That's not the appropriate audience. You have to tune in Monday.
You can put it on a list.
All right. What we got next?
Yeah.
All right. I wish I could have found the clip because I just really wanted to hear the theme song from the 70s, but I couldn't figure it out. So you're just going to have to go with we're going regular Wonder Woman.
Slow down.
So again, kick off with the classic,
Great
Yeah, this
cover.
is a powerful cover.
isn't it? It's strong.
And I love the scene in the movie where she crossed the line, like out of the trenches. But at the same time, if they could have got her on a horse to do that, like,
And
Yeah.
homaged it right.
I mean, it's got the vibrant colors. She's drawn better than she usually is. I mean, she's usually drawn pretty poorly.
yeah.
The horses, it's a lot, but it's good a lot.
Yeah, it's not too busy.
And as it says, it's the origin, all that good stuff. I mean,
It is what it is.
It is, and it's June 42. It's June 42, where Sensation is January 42.
Well, I tend to gravitate to the
No one's going to
sensation.
fact check me anyway. I could just make this shit up.
I think you're right. When I was getting the pictures, I think you're right, but I don't want to say anything.
Like, it was back in March of 1997.
I'll agree. June sounds right. Summer issue. June makes sense.
I tell you what, for
Oh.
years and years, Sensation was the cover I preferred. But as I mature, I do drift to the Wonder Woman. I get where you're at.
The sensation is far more indicative of the entire run, and like indicative of the times, with that very like pouty, oval-lipped, not pinup, but like it's that very classic team, like Wonder Woman. Like, look at the Sensation run. It's the entire fucking run. It's the way the dude does it. Wonder Woman 1 doesn't have it. Wonder Woman runs right at you.
Yeah, it puts her in the boys' club almost.
But it's weird because they're both Harry G.
Yeah, it does not feel like
the
the same
regular
vibe.
Wonder Woman. Yeah, see, this is where we get people that know what they're talking about. How are you?
We knew we'd get somebody to correct us eventually.
That's not correcting. I think it's more like dropping the knowledge we don't.
Yes. Thank you,
Yeah,
Anthony.
that's the kind of stuff. grateful for. This is why we do it live. We really like the audience, especially because our audience is intelligent.
There's some smart guys here.
Yeah, man, we appreciate all of you. So,
All right.
I'm still going to go with 19 Dickety every time I quote a book now.
Let's go with number 5.
Wow. I don't think I've ever actually seen this one. What is going on with the dudes?
I don't know, but it looks like this little dude's farting at them.
Can we zoom in on that?
Yeah, look at him. Like this wind. And there's just legs sticking out in the rubble. That's actually kind of disconcerting.
They're like businessmen, though. They're not. What is going on there?
The legs under the rubble and shit.
Yeah, these legs under the rubble are bothering me.
It's a terrifying cover. I mean, I can't even make I want to hear Peter's story. What's going on? Because he's the only one that can come up with something.
Well, I don't know. Well, again, the legs are bothering me. The little guy, I guess it's Dr. Psycho farting is distracting me, and I don't know what the head just floating here is doing.
There's gloves floating, but yeah,
and the top hat.
Wow.
Yeah, everyone looks very for what it's.
Yeah, and here's Dr. Psycho. If you guys don't know, Dr. Psycho is smaller gentleman.
I was gonna say this is where it gets fucked up because this is where I'm gonna get in trouble, or anybody who opens their mouth. Navigate these waters carefully. He is a small-statured dude with mental shortcomings, and is just fucking Dr. Psycho, man.
He dresses real nice though.
That's some crazy shit. Again, 1940, whatever it was, 1943 by then.
We don't have to
because it's June. It's a year after one.
Where's that graphic in the back from?
I don't know. I don't know if they did guides, but there's a lot of DC characters that have a similar kind of layout of this. So this has to be some sort of resource or DC Universe guide that this might be from. But if you look up characters, because I used a few of them, you'll see when we get to. I think I got one for the next character too.
Did you look up Dr. Psycho?
This Well, I wanted to get good pictures.
Did it give you that he has an intense hatred of women?
I didn't read anything. I was just looking at the pictures.
Yeah, there's all this wild shit with Dr. Psycho that's okay. I think they use the.
I mean, this is kind of fun. He's got the 3. He's got the triumvirate here.
Oh, no shit.
Look at that.
He's fucking hypnotizing people.
Solo Wookie adding
and
a
he's
little
got
bit.
the grabby hands going too. So it doesn't look so much like he hates her, but he's getting a little handy.
He's going in.
Oh yeah.
Get my eyes.
All right.
Solo Wookie, I appreciate your interest in the history of things. I posted Junior Miss #1 earlier to my Instagram account, and his question on it. Junior Miss, fantastic, fucking early, timely, tough book. I don't know how I have some of these. It really is you stumble into books and you're happy to own them. But his question was about the bike and what year the comic was, to find how up to date the bike thing was, and it turned out to be something wild, on time, if not Back to the Future style shit.
Well, he's the one that pointed out the plane and some of the Schomburgs was ahead of its time.
Yes,
that's true.
So then fucking DC, man. What number is this? 5?
This is 5. So now we're going on to
6 is Cheetah.
If I can get my computer to agree with me. There we go.
Oh yeah, this is a big boy.
I love this cover.
And it's a different one. It's not the movie character that everybody's expecting. This is a different Cheetah.
No, Barbara Minerva is right.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the 80s version.
Is the movie one?
Well, it is the '80s movie though.
Exactly. So Kristen Wiig's not playing this version.
What's the difference in this version? What's the story with this one? We don't even know.
Cool. Jesus.
Yeah, I grabbed a lot of the Ross. There was a lot of good Ross images, so I grabbed those. But again, look, this whatever this is, it had to be like a guide because there's a lot of images with this kind of layout for the characters with the sketches in the background.
Huh. Crazy.
But yeah, these Rosses, I had to kind of throw them in here.
So she is the villain. I mean, she's the Wonder Woman villain you think of in every story. DC animated, she shows up in every movie that Wonder Woman's in just because she needs to. If it's not her family, it's Cheetah. And I'm sure this book is more of a monster than it was a few years ago, but I don't think it was probably ever undervalued.
No, probably not. Because again, I mean, she was on the cover, so I think that helps even for a villain. Villain spec being on the cover definitely helps the first appearance.
I think at some point in my time, I'm like, I'm going to buy one of those. I'm like, no, why am I going to buy one of those? That's nuts. Stop. Other things I can buy. I enjoy the first villain. I don't love the cover enough.
True.
It's a very campy design.
Yeah, it feels a little weird.
I love everything about it. I love her pose, both of them.
Holding the sword?
Yeah, right? Like, the interiors are fantastic, too. Like, she has huge 40s blonde hair, and, like, I think it's something, I mean, I don't know, it's not split personality, but, like, basically she loses her shit like all classic female villains back then, loses her mind, and then, like, becomes the Cheetah, which is really, she puts on some, like, lingerie with the longest tail in the history of time when you look at it.
You a cat fight.
Yeah, that's like the cape thing. That's an impractical part of a suit.
And what kills me, the little fucking redhead, and I forget, I know I should know the name.
Oh, Etta Candy?
There it is. Dude, fucking.
We'll see her later. We got a slide for her.
She ruins so many covers. Like, there's a great Wonder Woman, I think it's Wonder Woman, maybe it's Sensation, baseball cover, and, like, Candy's catching, and it's just like, no. That's, what a terrible cover.
Yeah, they kind of gave her Popeye's forearms for her calves. Like,
yes. In the height of Dr. Psycho.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it, I got distracted and didn't bid on something.
Was it something good?
There was a cheap Captain Marvel Jr. for a nice, the classic war cover. Not the Victory, but the other one. So. Oh, well. I also saw a Crow 1 9.4 just sold for $930 at auction.
Jesus.
Process that for a minute.
9.4?
I get a question completely off topic.
It's Crow 1, it's not Caliber, it's Crow 1.
Yeah, that was a $400 book at the beginning of the year.
Huh.
Mid-grade Morbius. Mid-grade ASM 101. What's that?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
In my head, it's a couple $100.
It's probably not.
I don't know.
No, it fucking went for $6 something, and I was like, well, that's not going to get paid for. And, like, it didn't.
Oh, it didn't. Bummer.
But
I don't know. But I'm sorry. Just got distracted checking my eBay or something. Beeped at me and I went, shit.
Wonder Woman for President's next. 7, right? Yeah. Another fan-fucking-tastic cover.
Oh, but hold on. This is 1,000 years in the future that this will be possible.
Isn't that kind of...
You got to fucking wait a little bit before we're getting that.
Wow, that's insulting.
Isn't it?
Wasn't 100. What's 1,000?
It's still a huge, huge issue for 1943. What does the cover say?
Winter.
To say we're a millennium away from a female president.
Got to be 53 again. I mean 43.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, it's winter, so it's still got to be that. Well, this will probably be second year if they're running quarterly.
Yeah, so it's got to be 43 again.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Think about that. I mean, get rid of the 1,000 years in the future, and, like, that's a really strong cover. I like it.
It is.
That might make my list of 50 comics I need to own when the dust settles on all this. Oh yeah, Sensation 58. Thank you, Robert. It's the baseball cover I was talking about.
Yeah, it is.
After Cheetah is president, and then Giganta is 9.
I believe you are correct, sir.
That's half the game, is seeing if he can remember what he said.
What he laid out for me to get. And in case you guys don't remember her,
He doesn't reference his outline. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't realize Giganta was a gorilla.
A what?
She was a gorilla that they transformed into a lady, apparently. I went and found the images.
That's awesome.
They put her
Yeah,
in
so
the zoo.
she's a non. I don't know as much about this kind of stuff, but apparently she's in like a ton of comics.
Well, she was a good character to use, you know. You get the the growing, like the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, probably helped.
She was a gorilla?
I just
She
didn't
was a
know she
gorilla.
was in other stuff. I didn't know she was in anything other than early Wonder Woman.
There's your friend, the little redhead again.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
Candy.
It's Then
I was trying to get a gif of her growing, but it wasn't her in costume. It was her and I can't remember my man's name. The Native
Trevor?
American guy from Super Friends, like in the Chuck, and he grows big too. Like,
Oh,
who's
Apache.
that? But I can't remember his damn name.
I think it's Apache.
Apache Chief.
Yes.
Yeah, they had that, but she was wearing like regular clothes, so it wasn't that fun. So I couldn't use it.
She wasn't super bondaged.
No, well, she wasn't wearing like the Fred Flintstone kind of thing. But yeah, so Giganta was 9.
Do we hit? Are there any like? I don't know if there's any classic covers in between, right?
No, the next one is another first, but it's a group first.
The Villainy Incorporated. What is it? 28.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like,
After, Sinister Six, I guess, is what I gathered.
or rather, before.
Yeah. Well before.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, fucking the Blue Snowman. That's the kind of shit I was like, I'm not putting this shit on the list. I'm not putting first Blue Snowman on the list, and I was like,
Yes, you are.
like,
Well, you just the group. We see them all right here. We can hit them all.
yeah, like Dr. Poison, badass. Sensation 2, I think. Same with Etta Candy.
Yeah, I got them because they hit the movie.
I
So
have
they're
it. I
relevant.
have Sensation 2. Again, before Wonder Woman, when All Star was still cheap, there was I got maybe like a VG
Still.
copy of number 2 on the wall of regular place, and it had been there forever. And I was like, how much is the 2? He's like, oh, $199.99. I'm like,
Yeah, okay.
and this
Yes,
again,
sir.
this is a while ago, but it didn't. Yeah, exactly. I still had
Still
that.
almost 80 years
Am
old.
I going to get out of it with? Am I going to get out of here with this?
Yes, please. Could I pay you right now and put it in
Yeah,
my
I
car
was
and I'll
like-
come back
I
and
did.
shop?
I was like, pull it down, just put it in my stack. That's cool. I don't know if I want to dig anymore because, like, but yeah,
But
man.
then you do because you're like, what else is there?
Yeah, what else has this guy's got?
It's super sidetracked. I haven't been digging in 3 months, 4 months, however long this apocalypse has been. So I went out. To like the honey hole that has the sister store, blah blah blah. That the sensation. Anyway, I'm like, I don't know if it's worth going anymore. They've been open for a week. I let everyone get in there because I knew everyone. I knew the first week in Massachusetts, everyone was going to be like, we got to go find Star Wars and Miles books, and that's all. Like, I don't want to get the fucking COVID because people are all drooling on my,
Yeah.
trying to find their fucking Star Wars shit that I sent them out to find. My bad. Walked in the door. The first box I picked up, like the first 3 books were Symbiote Spider-Man 4 second prints. Just fucking 3 of them, $3.99 a piece. I'm like, oh, okay, that's why I come back. Like, anyway, Golden Age.
Golden Age. Back to Golden Age. So from here.
Oh,
There
this
it
one I
is.
do like.
This is one of those books, man. Go ahead and see.
This cover always struck me as awesome. I don't know why. Maybe it's the yellow, the red, two Wonder Womans. It's just fun.
The green sarcophagus. I know you like green on your covers too.
Yeah.
There's some horror aspect to it.
A little
The
bit.
sarcophagus adds some,
The riddle of the Chinese mummy case.
Dun, dun, dun. It's a riddle.
But yeah, this is this version of Cersei, which is not the same again as the later version.
No, which brings up the interesting question, like, what trumps... Like, Guardians is a good example. The 2008 version versus the silver, but the silver still got hot. Like, this book, is 37 getting hot because of the movies and Wonder Woman, or because it's a Wonder Woman villain that... I mean, she's up there with Cheetah, right? Like,
Yeah, just arguably, no, she's next in line. After you think of Cheetah, who do you go to next?
Well, there's two different groups of collectors. There's people that always want the first verse and people that want the first they can get.
There's that. I usually go for the one that I can get.
Yeah, I mean...
This isn't one I can come across easily.
No. This is one I've never seen. And it would stick out to me because it's a cover I like, and I've never actually seen one out in the world.
And yeah, no, it is. I don't think it's different. I think it's the same straight through. Because Cersei's just a god.
Yeah, but there was like different, like when I looked at it, there was like an Earth 2 version, and then there was another version that was like Earth 1, and she had like darker hair, and I don't know. I don't know what with DC with their multiverse, like.
No, that's good to know.
God, so
definitely didn't know that. Classic stuff. I love the vibe.
Yeah. But that's what we wrap up with Wonder Woman.
Okay.
We move on. Sensation.
We're
kind of backing it up again.
Yeah, it's impossible. I mean, it's possible. It's too confusing with 3 or 4 titles to do chronological. Because you jump to, I mean...
Yeah, we jump all over the place, and this would have been a shit show if I had to do that.
No. It would have taken so much. I couldn't do it. I can tell you, if you tell me a title, I can go through and tell you what numbers, or I can try. But I can't go fucking chronologically when... I mean, I can tell you that this came out before... Yeah, January. So this is January, and Wonder Woman was...
My bad. I was trying to scroll through something else, and I ended up scrolling here.
What? That's where we're going, right?
No, we are eventually, but I was looking for something. Like when you guys were talking earlier, I was trying to find an image, because this cover, as classic as it is, and as much as I love it, it still reminds me of that house party dance. And I made a GIF of it in the article, and I was trying to fucking find it, but I can't find it quick enough to put it in. I didn't think of it early on in the day. I only thought of it now.
I appreciate it, though.
Doing the thing, like this is a goddamn Kid and Play dance.
So this is the cover that should be the first appearance.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, like, you see what I mean by that pouty, the lip, whatever it is. Like,
yeah, it's not a powerful face.
But it's that classic 40s, and it's weird because it's the same artist.
Yeah, that is bizarre. Usually you'd think it's 2 titles doing 2 different things.
And this was the Hughes 600, I think was this one?
Yeah.
Which I still like the color version of that better.
The color version is better. I get it. It's so much more attractive than the sketch.
I don't know if it's a sketch or it's black and white.
Sketch art.
I shouldn't say it's just black and white. It's not like that Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir, the black and white versions, pencil sketched in. It brings so much more to it for me, where this example, like the Wonder Woman, the 600 by Hughes, feels like a blank color outline.
Yes, and there's a difference between a sketch and a black and white.
I think I found it.
Oh. It was like he's going to play it without viewing. Oh, God.
No, I was trying to get it in there, but I could probably do this.
Crash the system instead.
Is it showing? I'm telling you, look at their dance. That's her pose. Sorry, I get focused on the weirdest things, but that's where my mind went.
That's why you come up with the best stories of some of these covers.
Let me bring the deck back up. There we go. Back to Sensation 1. Sorry for the house party.
And now I'm never going to see anything but House Party.
This is the only one of these classic books I ever had a shot at. And it's a terrible story. A shop had one. He wasn't going to sell it. Then he messaged me he's going to sell it. But then my messenger app didn't catch it because it was screwed up. And then by the time I responded and saw it, it's like, oh, no, I'm not going to sell it now.
Well, at least nobody beat you to it.
No, but man, I could have had it for about $5,000.
At least you didn't let him borrow the $5,000 to buy the book.
And then not get it.
And then have him sell it to somebody else when you were like, okay, I'm going to go get money to buy all these fucking books.
Yeah.
I know. I'm getting all stoned and angry now. Let's move on to number 2.
Wait, before we do, it's not just her. You had another note about Sensation 1.
I'm afraid to ask.
We forgot to mention Mr. Terrific.
Terrific?
Huh.
Unless I missed it while I was looking for the house party thing.
It is Mr. Terrific. Good save, Peter. Because this is it's what makes the book that much more attractive. Like, it houses a first appearance that I don't think it's anywhere near as relevant as, say, the Spectre 54. I don't know the different names. Like, whatever the second Mr. Terrific that everyone knows from fucking Arrow is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still a huge first appearance housed in a monster book.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. I didn't know about the previous version. That's where the fair play came from. I thought, the fair play down the sleeves. I was like, all right, it's kind of goofy, but now I see where it comes from.
It's more goofy when you see it in a green Peter Pan suit.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. There's little socks and I don't know if this is a weight belt or a girdle he's rocking.
It's both, Peter.
Okay. Well, he's got to look good in his tights. Not many people could pull off a Peter Pan outfit.
I can. It's shocking. Hey, Wonder Woman.
I skipped the book. I went too far.
Oh, God.
What the hell?
Oh yeah, shit. Did I skip it?
It's still in the same book. So that's where I got the image.
Did I miss Invisible Plane?
You mentioned it. I think you mentioned it for this book. Or did I miss it? Did I put this slide out of place? Because I know I have Invisible Plane because I searched for this image. What the heck is it?
I didn't look at the outline, so don't look at me.
I'm looking at the outline now. I'm sorry, guys. This is
out of order.
No, but I don't.
You're out of order. Sorry.
Oh no, I think I just might have found it on my own.
Oh.
When I looked up the book. Because you didn't list it in the outline.
Okay.
But the first time it appears as Sensation 1?
I think so.
That wasn't a question. I'm sorry. That was a statement.
That was a statement, yeah. But you didn't put it in the outline, but I saw it and I was like, you know what? I'm putting it in here because I like the Invisible Plane. As silly as it is.
You know what that's called, Peter? Teamwork. Takes a village, man, to get a fucking Wonder Woman timeline right.
Damn straight. But anyway, as you guys saw, this is. Let's see if I can get it going again.
I just threw my rocking and bit on a book. Is that bad?
What'd you do?
I just threw my phone across the room, so I stopped thinking about bidding on a book in 30 seconds.
You got to do that sometimes, man. I got a couple variants going off tonight that I'm like, if I look, I'll lose.
No, I didn't. I'm looking at bidding. It was that Elden freaking book, and I'm like, nope, I don't need it, but I want it, and I just threw it away, so I'd stop.
That's the effect of Sunday.
Yeah.
The Sunday auction.
All right, we can get back on track. Sorry. This is a great cover.
Isn't it?
Even though it's your least favorite person.
Well, and a good one.
I'm happy to own it. Well, it's Etta Candy and it's Dr. Poison. Dr. Poison's badass. She's that Nazi bitch from the movie.
Yeah, right here.
Like, yeah, look at that. Like, what? The movie was like, okay, fine, but her in the comics, badass. She's next to the weird. I can't finish the sentence. I'm gonna get in trouble.
She was in the group. What was it, Villainy Incorporated or whatever? She was in there.
I thought they made her fairly evil in the movie, but yeah, you're right. It could be.
She was kind of creepy, but they still kind of made her a little bit subservient to. Who ended up being Ares, but
they should have made her the female Red Skull and like face melting fucking black mask shit, not.
Yeah, she's kind of just the Arnim Zola role, which is like, kind of like the tech guy for the bad guy. And then we have Etta Candy. Your favorite, mine.
That's her?
Yeah, that was her.
Huh.
That's how they played her in the movie.
What's her actual...
They couldn't convince Danny DeVito to put on a fucking red wig.
What is her story? I'm sorry. I don't know anything about her. Is she a sidekick? Is she a...
She's literally Wonder Woman's buddy.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. Like
that's where it ends. I don't know.
I owe all my success to Candy. Like that's it.
Huh. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm gonna just move on because I don't think there's anything good to say.
There's nothing. That's the extent of my knowledge. Is she's her best friend or good friend.
Yeah.
And she ruins lots of covers.
I think it's probably a good term.
That said, the Sensation 2 is a monster book.
It's a nice one.
This is the Baroness, the Gunther. Well, I'm glad you put it up because I would have gone with something ridiculous. I would have kept guessing.
Yeah, there's her in the book, and then I found a picture of her on the Linda Carter show, which I still love that show. I have the DVD sets.
She fucking keeps it real too. Look at that. She's fucking smoke ring in it.
Yeah.
Fucking hashtag classy.
I think it's like every scene too. Like every panel in the book, I was looking, like, yeah, she's rocking that long.
Brought to you by Camel.
It was healthy back then, remember?
Ernest Von Palmal.
Oh, I mean, smoking amphetamines, all the good stuff.
Yeah. 4 out of 5 doctors recommend smoking Newports.
So you keep trim. Dude, I live in Mass, so it's all weird. We have like weird, super fucking like that seems a little too safe laws. My buddy like messaged me the other day and was like, "I'm a smuggler now," with a picture of like Newports, and I was so fucking confused. I'm like, what kind of backwards ass like lost comment is that? He's like, dude, they're illegal in Massachusetts.
Really?
Yeah, fucking menthols are illegal in Massachusetts.
Huh.
Wow, that's weird. That's how I started smoking back in college. Fucking menthols.
Thank you. I'm like, that's a really odd line to take on tobacco. Like,
cigarettes are okay, but menthols.
Yeah, you're gonna go to New Hampshire where it's cheaper anyway. Sidetracking. Back to Baroness Von Camel.
I'm stuck on the menthol thing. Do they do it for all flavored cigarettes, like those weird Camels where they tried to make them flavored for a while?
So that's actually why it is, because we got rid of any flavored tobacco.
Okay, well, that I guess makes sense.
It's because of the vape thing. It doesn't make sense. Fucking like America, freedom.
Well,
like
the vape thing's weird. I don't.
The vape thing is weird. The vape thing. Fucking go ahead and ban it. Like I don't need fucking vape juice stores in every fucking corner. That said, we do appreciate the Mellow by Design fucking sponsors the vape stores that carry our lovely products.
That said, we're not going to let Bears von Gunther get us off track.
Yeah,
We already did. Put a picture up. Put a image.
Sensation 6.
Magic Lasso. You want it to be the first appearance of that
That's
kangaroo.
what this motion was for.
That is a funny looking kangaroo.
But it's the first lasso of truth.
Oh,
good. Nice pictures there.
Isn't working. This is supposed to move. Oh well.
Yeah.
A lot of things were supposed to happen that did not happen tonight. Me not talking about fucking cigarettes and pot law and mass.
What's that image from on the other side?
That's a Turner.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what book that's from, but that is a Turner.
That's a gorgeous one.
I know. That's why I picked it.
We'll go back to the kangaroo.
Yeah, we'll go back to the kangaroo. Well, yeah, that thing is it a kangaroo? It's like a raptor with reindeer hooves for hands.
It kind of looks like a tauntaun.
It kind of does.
An elongated tauntaun.
And brown.
That's a messed up animal. I think it's supposed to be a kangaroo, but it's not.
I don't know.
That's an interesting debate. What is this?
Here, I'll try to get in a little bit here.
It's definitely got a big old tail.
Front paws, like these are more like hoof-like than. I don't know. I thought
the
kangaroo
rear is very.
So I thought they had little fists.
It's like a reindeer meets a kangaroo.
It's Jumpa. Like, I thought we were kidding. That's it's Super Pets. It's the fucking. I know I'm gonna act like a Super Pet authority right now.
Well, somebody asked it.
Well, you're not familiar with Super Pets? It's fucking Jumpa.
Well,
what is Jumpa?
Wonder Woman's kangaroo.
But that's not a fucking kangaroo.
It's a fucking kangaroo.
That is not a kangaroo. That is like a reindeer and a kangaroo.
When is the last time you saddled up a kangaroo and fucking, because until you do, you can't tell me what it is and isn't.
Well,
kangaroos have like little raptor arms, don't they?
Yeah, I've seen plenty of videos where some dude gets jacked by some kangaroo because he thinks he's tough, and he gets his shit owned by a kangaroo. That'd be cool.
Then that kangaroo would own your shit, no? No, in all seriousness, that is Jumper. Right. It's the first appearance. And it becomes relevant way later on for Super Pets because they all have.
Yeah. I did see the Jumper thing too, but I just was like, no, you didn't put it on the outline, so.
Because it's ridiculous. But if we're gonna get technical about all the first appearances,
ridiculous.
It is the first appearance. It's known for the lasso. Come for the lasso, stay for the Jumper.
Stay for the Jumper.
So,
oh my God, so low-looky, that's terrible.
Yeah, no, that's what I giggled at earlier.
Oh God, I just caught it.
Fucking.
Put it on there. And the payoff. For anyone else still paying attention.
Oh God, I'm distracted now. Another cover. Another cover.
We're going 13.
Huh.
There they are, down below.
All right.
Man.
There's Etta.
There's Etta. She's cheering on Wonder Woman.
Oh my good God. I never noticed. Fuck you, Z. This whole time. This is one of those books that I actually did take home from that FPC fucking debacle collection.
Yeah.
Right there.
But yeah, I've owned this book for 7 years. It's one of my favorite non-Snoopy covered comics in my collection. I never noticed Etta on it, and now it's not my favorite anymore. So.
Sorry, man.
Now 37's my favorite again.
It's not my fault. You told me
if Etta's dressed up as Santa on the cover of fucking 37, and I never knew.
You told me she ruined covers. I assumed you knew this.
Oh, brutal. Honestly though, like, there's some really, really strong war covers in DC. None of them compare in any way whatsoever to anything Schomburg.
No.
That said, if you take Schomburg out of Timely and then compare the Kirby's and the Jesus, I'm straining here. The later Heaths, DC has a stronger catalog. Even Bob Kane, Batman's, like some of the early ones are fantastic.
All right.
But this is a fun, over-the-top World War II cover.
Yeah. Bowling pins.
It was swiped by Bomber.
Now I'm looking where she's at.
Yeah, I'm fucking. As soon as it came up, I'm like, son of a bitch, where is it?
She's not here.
I love this book. I fucking love this. If I owned 10 comics, this would be one of the 10 I owned. Huge Christmas fan. Huge Christmas comic collection.
I still don't know what this dude's doing on the roof.
And why's he got time?
Fucking jacking her.
Forget the Tommy dude. He's ahead of his time. This dude's rocking the suit with no socks. That shit. I hate that look. That's I don't.
Oh, maybe that's why he's robbing her. He needs some socks.
He does.
Give me your stockings.
Arguably the best Wonder Woman cover, period. But I'm wildly jaded.
You're a Christmas fan, so.
Oh, it's so. Everything about that, though, man.
It's well done.
It's like that Superboy cover for Adventure 150 whatever it is. It's almost the same blue.
Oh yeah.
You say Adventure and like Superboy, I just see like it appears to me like the same cover over, like they all just blend together to me. Because I don't know what I'm looking at when I look at a lot of the Adventures.
Yeah, that's how Lois. Oh yeah, you got to go early Adventure. That's why.
That's what I mean. Like I never see the early. When I'm out, digging or whatever, and you see like the 15 centers, you're like, is this anything? And I'm like, I don't know. They all look the same.
I agree. I don't know. I really enjoyed this book.
And we'll jump ahead.
We go way ahead? Oh, God. Is that not Zatanna, the other one there? Huntress?
Yes. The original Huntress.
Yeah.
Also went by the name Tigress.
Cheetah and Tigress.
Which is weird, because you look, this is straight up looks like the current Huntress, but in a Tigress kind of outfit.
Huh.
A little vibe with the cape and a little crossbow, like even the ears. It reads Huntress, but then you kind of look at it and like, all right. A little bit of fuzzy boot Conan vibe. And I guess this was a Wildcat backup in this book.
Yeah, isn't that fun? It's weird, too, because when you jump back that far, you realize it's not like comics now where you picked it up and it was just a story that stopped and continued in the next book.
No, it's a little piece of itself.
And there were 2 to 3 different...
Yeah, there were a few. There was some weird stuff in some of these books. As I was trying to grab images, there was like that. There was a pirate story. Like I thought it was the Curse of the Black Pearl or whatever the hell from the Watchmen. Like I didn't know what was going on. There was a pirate story running through one of these books.
Yeah, you want yourself like to be crazy. Read some Golden Age stuff, man. Because they write stories. Like the word bubbles are full.
Yeah.
There's weird shit in DC too, like First Punch and Judy, which is a stupid like cartoon, funny, kid comic. The first appearance is like, fuck. It's hidden in one of the big DC titles.
Huh.
There's a lot of stuff in these. A lot of backups, or I don't know, backups or side stories, just a bunch of stuff. But after this, I think we're getting near the end.
71's the cover, maybe?
Yep.
What is that?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I love this cover. Look at that.
It's like a red Pegasus flying out of the sun.
I was thinking My Little Pony.
She's rocking like a blunderbuss or some shit here with this.
Huh. That is the most cartoonish, nightmarish thing I've seen.
Yeah, she had to,
Huh.
I really, really like that comic.
I understand that. It fits your vibe.
Yeah, it does, man.
Oh, this is 71.
The fact that she's got a fucking sword.
Yeah, and the shield.
Welcome, Tim.
Fighting a gun.
Yeah. Wow. Look,
Yeah, I realize how difficult this font can be to read sometimes. So like, oh shit, this is 71 because the next issue we got is 77, and that shit looked the same to me.
That blunderbuss is what blows my mind on that one.
Oh, 77. I put this in here to show red dress distress does not escape.
You ready? Sorry, I was bored.
Isn't that fucking fantastic? The shit's everywhere, man. We're gonna start that hashtag. I started it on my fucking personal thing already. I'm posting nonsense shit. I'm getting ready to put. Although I realize anyone who's following me on Instagram, my bad. If anyone's like, "Hey, I'm interested in those books," fucking message me. I'm like posting. People like shit's for sale. I'm like, I put it on eBay. Like I'm just showing pictures of shit that's already sold. Like, so fucking pointless.
Well, they got to work through the dead stuff too.
No, they gotta fucking. That's man. You just sit back and fucking accept. Like it's happening.
So following our red dress distress.
Yes, it is Solo Wookiee. This is the final Wonder Woman issue, I think.
Huh.
Yeah, I believe so.
The font's changed on us. The maces are nice.
I think there's 3 issues after this, and they're all sensation.
This early advertisements for Subway.
I like medieval stuff. I like, I like knights, and like I was always Lord of the Rings over Star Wars. Not that I didn't like Star Wars, I just you know what I mean?
Yeah. And this is the copy that I got the picture from. This is not on the cover. This is not blood or anything. Apparently somebody spilled their Kool-Aid here. So that is not on the cover, but it's on the cover.
Could be a GW resto.
Yeah. I like the title. I'm just drawing me in that sensation.
I kind of like that. The font.
It's really, it's catching my eye for some reason. Holy cow!
It's the two-tone. It's having that white, the kind of white outline helps it pop against the black.
It's the style. It all, man, I like it.
It changes with issue 94. I was researching these late ones because I have the 96. It's this classic like Wonder Woman in different outfits. She's like ski fucking jacket and like across the cover. It looks like one of those paper doll covers.
But not like when she went mod in the 60s there. And they took her powers away and she's just Diana Prince. Lady of town.
Fucking. Oh, man. So, yeah, apologies to everyone who hung in with us tonight. We're usually, and by we, I mean, I'm sorry. We're usually far more fluent and on track, but.
That's right. Wonder Woman's not our specialty.
We're swerving all over the road just trying to get home, man.
Hey,
but we did it in an hour and 20.
You know,
a couple of weeks, we're going to get back into a groove.
Keep one eye open so you can fucking watch the lines on the road. Get there, man. Fuck.
Check us out next time. I do think we're gonna aim to do patriotic covers next week. I know we're throwing it out there and committing to something which is not our style, but I think it's time. So
yeah, because we had to get back so we can make our schedule. Daily. Like we're here. We're here.
Yeah. Check it out. We'll be on the FlipSide Monday talking the market report and all kinds of fun stuff. And we did actually record a Global Comic Safari this week, so
Nice.
We've been questionable too, so we'll be back.
Yeah. We might not do a theme hot list because I know we were talking about the theme list. We might not do a video. I don't know. We'll see.
The Spawn
I
one
did a
was great.
fucking. I dropped Hot 25 hip hop covers.
Yeah,
Today.
it's 25 and it's the hip hop, so it's like, well,
I'm just waiting for the static of the. Again, this is like me talking about the short statured person earlier. I'm stopping before I get myself in trouble.
we're usually giving you good. There's the normal schedule.
Check out the hip hop top 25. Check out anyone who's not watching Tales. Give it another fucking look, man.
Yeah, we're on fire lately.
You guys really are deep market reports.
Yeah, just DVR Monday Night Raw, and we'll watch it. Watch that on Tuesday. That's what I do.
All right, before we make this another 10 minutes of bullshitting, hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll be back far more focused next week. comicbookinvest.com.
All right, thanks, guys.
Wonder Woman.